Well, internet freedom declined globally for a sixth consecutive year. The independent organization Freedom House, dedicated to the expansion of freedom and democracy, found that government surveillance of social media and messaging tools was on the rise between June 2015 and June of this year. VOA's Zlatika Hoke reports.
The report, titled Freedom on the Net 2016, says internet users in Estonia, Iceland and Canada enjoy the most freedom and protection of privacy. The most abuses of internet freedom were once again recorded in China, followed by Syria, Iran, Ethiopia, Uzbekistan and Cuba.
What the likes of China and Iran have in common is an attempt to gain control over the online sphere within their own countries. And I think we see Russia going towards that direction, which is very troubling.
Russia recently handed down its first maximum prison sentence under the anti-extremism laws for a non-violent political speech, and it imposed a whole spate of laws that restrict privacy and free speech.
There was the passage of the data localization law in previous years, which was implemented in 2015. And that has a very negative effect both on businesses that have their operations in Russia, but also on user privacy in Russia, because all of users' data must be now stored within Russia.
Freedom House finds that Ukraine is not any better than Russia.
In Ukraine, for example, we saw some of the first arrests and even prison sentences for users that are advocating for political causes in a very non-violent way, and yet were sentenced to based on extremism law.
The United States, a great advocate of democracy and freedom of speech, takes fourth place in protection of privacy.
This was due to the passage of the USA Freedom Act, which places some limits on the bulk collection of users' metadata. Now, in previous years, we had declined the United States after the leaks that showed the extent of NSA surveillance. And what happened this year was very important because it was the first time that Congress passed limits on the activities of the NSA.
Freedom House reports only a dozen other countries have improved since June of last year, while internet freedom declined in more than a half of the 65 surveyed countries, representing close to 90% of the world's users. Zlatika Hoke, VOA News, Washington.